The time was 1 p.m. It was a Monday, the first working day of the week. Ada had left her office early with the intention of visiting her lawyers at Ikoyi, Lagos. Her driver was trying so hard to get to Ikoyi on time and also take Ada home. But this was proving difficult because, as usual, the Lagos traffic was keeping them from reaching their destination. "Please, James, try harder. I need to see the lawyer for something very important. If we waste too much time on traffic, he would have closed from work by the time we get there," Ada said to her driver. "I am trying, ma. The traffic is so bad, but I will try to get you there on time," James said. He soon saw an opening in the congested road and decided to exploit it. That was how he was able to arrive at the lawyer's office by 1:30 p.m. "Thanks very much, James," Ada said as she stepped down from her car. She walked into Barrister Ike's office. He was already waiting for her. "Are you sure about what you are about to do? This could bring division between you and your husband. If he finds out that you did this to him, he's going to be really mad. You have to think about this carefully. If I'm a husband and my wife does what you are about to do, I will chase her away if I find out. The journey you are embarking on is not a good one. I will advise you retrace your steps now that we have not gone too far," the lawyer said to Ada, but she has made up her mind. "I have made up my mind, and there is no going back. I have given you the mandate to execute. You are my lawyer, and you have to do as I say, else I will have to look for another lawyer to help me do the job," Ada tells the lawyer without mincing words. "Alright, but how did you know your husband is about selling the house? Did he tell you about it? And have you asked how much it costs?" Barrister Ike asked. "You are asking too much questions, Barrister. I have said I want to buy the house since my husband has put it up for sale. He is my husband, and he told me he wants to sell our house. Our first son is really sick, and we want to take him abroad for medical treatment. That is why he is selling the house, so as to save our son's lives. However, I want to be the one to buy the house. I don't want another person to buy it from us, because I love that house very much," Ada said with seriousness. "But since you have the money your husband is looking for, why not just give it to him to use and take your son abroad for medical treatment? Why do you want to secretly buy your husband's house? I don't think it's proper," the lawyer said. "I have said if you don't want to do it, I will simply look for another lawyer. And please, I want this deal concluded this week. I want you to approach my husband and make it known to him that you have found a buyer for the house. Start the process for the paperwork. Use the name of my secret real estate company to buy the house for me. My husband is not aware that I have a real estate company. Use the company as the buyer. I'll make funds available as soon as the deal is completed and instructed," Ada said. She stood and left the office. Her son, Uche, was diagnosed with a serious kidney disease, and his situation was deteriorating. Her husband, Eze, had taken the decision to fly his son abroad for medical treatment. The problem is that he didn't have enough money. He was going to sell his house to raise money. Ada is rich, but her husband hardly knows about it. She has a real estate company and also a transportation company with fleets of buses that run interstate. She has decided that no other person would buy the house her husband was about to sell. "I have the money. Why would I be alive and another person will buy my husband's house?" Ada asked as he got into her car to go home after seeing the lawyer. She concluded that the best thing was for her to buy the house from her husband and keep it for herself. Later that week, the lawyer contacted Eze, Ada's husband, and they finalized the deal about the house. Ada paid 75 million naira for the house, the two-story building. The money was paid using the name of her secret real estate company, which her husband knows nothing about. "You and your family have 2 weeks to move out of my house. My client wants to use the house for something else. My client doesn't want anyone to occupy the house as for next 2 weeks. So please prepare to move your things. My client lives abroad and she's coming into Nigeria to inspect the building in 2 weeks," Barrister Ike said to Eze as soon as payment for the house was made. "You don't have any problems about that. We are moving out as soon as we find an apartment to rent," Eze said to the lawyer. In the night when they had gone to bed, Ada told her husband Eze that she had found a house for them to rent. Really? Where is this house? Her husband asked. It's located in Lekki. I have personally visited the house and I found it good for us. It's a one-story building with 4 bedrooms and it goes for 10 million naira per year. It's cheap and we can manage that until things get better for us again, Ada said. Alright, we will go and pay for it tomorrow, her husband replied as they both fell asleep. The house Ada was talking about also belongs to her. She bought it 2 months ago using her real estate company. The next day, Ada and her husband drove to the house. Ada had informed a lawyer that her husband was coming to pay for the house, so he made himself available. I see you guys own a lot of houses in the city of Lagos, Eze said when he saw that it was the same lawyer who had worked out the deal when he sold his whole house. Yeah, we are a big real estate firm, the lawyer said. Ada's husband transferred the 10 million naira for the house rent into an account provided by the lawyer. It was Ada that got the alert. The next day, Eze and his family moved into the building. That was how Ada became the landlady to her own family.
I hope my husband don't find out. But if he find out, I don't care.